Aries, hi. So this is going to be a reading for June 8th through the 14th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Aries. The overall energy for the reading, the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Well, there's either a loss or a separation of some sort. I'm not really seeing much of that in the reading, but this energy comes through as no, it's there. Okay. In the recent past, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Wands. Okay, I think this is you trying to set up a boundary of some sort. Like there's openness, there's communication potentially, there's, the willingness for that. There's energy exchange, but then there's something in the way. There's like, okay, but I'm gonna set this right here. Okay, so once we crack that open, we gotta be careful how to do that. So it's like, sure, you're open to something, but with limitations almost here. Okay. In the current situation, the Judgment card, the Sun, the Three of Cups. There's happiness here. There's love. There's you making up your mind that that's what you want, basically. Like you want all the good stuff. You decided this is what I deserve. This is what I'm going after. Okay. Not a bad decision to make. In the immediate future, the Moon, the King of Wands, the Two of Cups. Oy. There's a situation you're dealing with that involves somebody else. There is love over there in the situation. There's also a lot of things that are playing out that you're not necessarily seeing as you go through them. It's one of those, you look back at these things and then you'll recognize what really happened there. You know what I mean? So, okay, it's one of those situations. Let's clarify. Let's do the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. It's down the road though. Not you. I see this energy of, again, a loss, a separation of some sort. Something's happening here. You're splitting up from something. And I see it happening down the road. So it's not happening right now. It's kind of, but not really. Like the end result, the conclusion is down the road. So it's a process, basically. That's what you're telling me. But even though it's down the road, I also see you getting closer and closer to it. So you're getting there, through this process of, again, potentially separating yourself from something, someone, I don't know. But you're walking with pretty determined steps, that I can see here. For the Queen of Wands in the recent past, you get the Ten of Cups, the World card, the Six of Pentacles. Okay, definitely, like I see they're pretty firm saying, hey, there's a cycle that needs to close down here. Like I need to close something off here. You're also, as you're kind of understanding that and, figuring that out for yourself there, you're also kind of wanting to go through that process properly, whatever the fuck that means. So it doesn't just come through as, okay, this is closed off, that's it, I'm done, goodbye. No, there's definitely a caveat to it. But it needs to be done properly. Okay. Let's do the Nine of Wands in the recent past. Oi! The Strength card, the Tower, the Ten of Swords. Ooh, man, you're bringing the house down. When you say you're done, you're done. Like you mean it, by the looks of it. You make it very, very clear. And that's how these kind of, I think, boundaries are there in place. That's how they're born. You know, because while the energies are still kind of open here between you and whatever it is you're deciding that needs to be closed off, that's still open, but at the same time, it needs to be firm that, okay, it's still somewhat open, but something about it needs to shut down immediately. Like you're coming through with quite the determined energy there of just bringing the house down. You're like, yep, this is going to get done. Okay, let's do the Eight of Wands in the recent past, the Ace of Swords, the Death card, the Five of Cups. Ooh, it's such a bittersweet type of an energy. This energy of ending something there comes through as strong. Really, 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 really strong. With it comes a lot of, you know, kind of looking back at the past, and seeing what the hell led you in this place, and kind of and I feel like you may be talking to maybe friends, people, I don't know. There's definitely a sense of sharing from that somewhere. Like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm firm about this. And then there's all the past that's coming through that will bring in, you know, fears, doubts, all sorts of questionings over this process, even though the process seems it hasn't started. Well, you kind of started it a little bit back there, but like for right now, it's just a decision of I'm done here, you know, and that's what's coming in super strong. I would be scared to be in your vicinity with all that energy there, even if it's not about me. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes here. You know, it's a very strong energy, very oomph. But then I see it kind of softening when you look back. For the, okay, I got it, man. For the Judgment card in the current situation, you get the Six of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you're looking like you got a little more of a grip on it. Like right there, that's an energy that could have run loose, and again, nobody get close to Aries because you don't know. It's like a ticking bomb right there. It's like, do not go close to that. Right now, you seem to have it contained. You seem to have it more clear. You seem to be a little more confident in where you're at, where you're taking this, what this means to you right now, and things like that. So it's still in place, the energy of I'm done. It just looks a little different, a little more contained. Back there, it was a loose cannon for sure. But anyways, let's do the Sun, the Five of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Hierophant. What are you arguing with here? The concept of happiness? I mean, there's energy of happiness and love surrounding you. It's surrounding you. You decide if you're going to go ahead and hang out with that energy, right? So that could show up through friends, family, whatever you got going on that brings you happiness and things like that. I see you kind of arguing with it all. Like, yeah, I'm digging this, I'm loving this, and I want to go there, but fuck. You know, and I'm like, what are you fucking about? What's going on? Where are you pissed off at this energy? I don't know. It gives me a sense of almost a little bit, a tiny little bit of guilt, almost like I can't go there, I can't go do that and be happy, and you know, like, well, this is happening. Something like that. Almost like you have to stay true to this process of whatever ending this is, even though good energy shows up around you, it's like, well, I can't be there fully. Okay. For the Three of Cups in the current situation, you get the Two of Cups, the High Priestess, the Two of Pentacles. Whatever this is that's ending is leaving quite the mark on you, though. Because, well, first of all, this process is not done. So a lot of your energy is still very much here with the ending of something. So when something new shows up, no matter how good it is, it's almost like there's a little bit of questioning over it. There's a little bit of, like, you're not taking it fully for what it is. as much as you want to, because I see you wanting to show up for it, but then it's like, and it's, in all honesty, it's kind of normal, you know, because again, most of your energy is involved in this process right here, which this is a pretty tough process. No matter how much of a handle you have on it, it's pretty, you know, it takes a lot out of you. So of course, your energy is not going to be fully present with even the good things, no matter how much you want it to be there, you know. So you're not going to have that availability quite yet. Maybe that's the frustration. Maybe that's all the fucks that I see in here. You know, I can't, God damn it, I can't fully enjoy this or something. Let me do the moon in the immediate future. You get the 6 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the 4 of Cups. I mean, I see a lot of feelings kind of underneath the surface that you can't quite translate, or you can't quite place your finger on them. Maybe you feel a little sad one day and then you mistake it with angry. There's a little bit of an off interpretation to these feelings. Instead of just kind of letting them be what they are, there's almost because they're hidden. You're not doing it intentionally. It's not like someone's forcing you to interpret this feeling right now, you know, no. But for some reason, you're feeling certain things, and the real meaning of what that is not going to show up right away. You know, so I see here, I see frustration, I see the instinctual desire for distance from something, then I see you being upset. So all of these things, you might experience them through this process as you move along with this process. I feel like you won't be able to figure them out until at a later time, you know, whatever these feelings are. So instead of trying to interpret or trying to make sense of what you're feeling, I would suggest just feel it, whatever it is, without putting a label on it, and, you know, move along. Because they will be revealed eventually. Yeah, it's a mix of stuff. It's a mix of stuff. Let me do the King of Wands in the immediate future. You get the 3 of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Hermit. Okay, slowly but surely you're starting to come out to the surface here, where you're going to show up more with the good energy surrounding you. Right now, again, there's a little bit of a sense of almost frustration that you can't be there 100%. And as I said, from where I'm sitting, it's kind of normal. There's nothing unusual about this. You know, there's not more you can do to show up more, because you can't. You're here. So there's a little more opening towards, hey, yeah, this feels good. Hey, maybe a good friend calls you and it's like, hey, let's hang out. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. And it's gonna feel more natural, you know, where there's not gonna be any more fucks in the way, like there is now. All of that is coming from your frustration, because I can see you wanting to be there 100% and you can't. And almost like there's got to be something I can do. It's actually, no, there's not. That's all you got available. So for the 2 of Cups in the immediate future, you get the Moon, the 4 of Swords, the 6 of Cups. There's a potential, there's a new connection that shows up your way, that shows up a certain way. There's a lot of mystery in this future of yours, in the sense of you won't be able to figure it out on the spot, you know? So with this one, there's a connection that shows up that I feel like it was already there. It's kind of already there for you, so you may know it. I don't know if it's a friendship or it's a good energy for you, whatever this is. So you like being around this energy. But it's quite the strong soul connection, you know? So it doesn't have to be romantic. That could be a very significant friendship that might show up, or who the hell knows, maybe someone you're even working with. It carries quite the significance in the soul family type of a dynamic that I see here. They're already there. They're already playing some part for you. So it's, again, someone you may feel drawn to be around. It feels natural to be around this energy. It feels like, oh my God, I can be myself and things like that. And they carry quite the significance to probably your life from here on out. They're a very strong soul connection. They present themselves as that. So I still see you. I don't see you necessarily trying to figure that one out. I just see you kind of leaning in the direction of these types of energies of, hey, I feel good spending time with this person right here, so I'll just do that. And again, it's just kind of showing up as a major difference from right now, in which you want to show up the best you can, but you can't because you got something going on. And then as things progress, you'll be able to show up more and more like present with these energies, you know, not frustrated, present. From the universe for you as a final advice, the Three of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there's still a lot going on with this process here. It's still kind of an ongoing process. You're not done here with completing something. As explosive as you showed up in the past there, that I thought, oh my God, you're for sure done there. No, you're not. You're not. It is a process, potentially a lengthy one. You know, anything past 5 minutes for us fire sign, it's going to be a lengthy one. It's going to be like, come on, I'm busy. And it's a painful one too. That's what makes it actually lengthy, you know. And through this, I see you kind of kicking there and trying to enjoy also what's opening up for you next, you know, as the next chapter. And, you know, take it easy. It's a process. It's going to take some time. There's going to be some things you're not going to know on the spot, and try to be okay with that as well. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.